Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Subbing Off. Today we're here with Swaggy C. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
We're good
Good.
as well. Excited to have you on today.
No, I'm excited to be on. I haven't seen you guys in a while, so like I said, I'm excited to talk to y'all.
Mm. We have a bunch of questions to ask you, so let's get into those.
Let's rock.
So, what was the hardest part about being in the Big Brother house?
The hardest part about being in a house was not knowing everybody's true intentions. Like people would look at you and smile in your face and say you're their best friend, and then go to like the diary room where they're by themselves and talk bad about you and throw your name under the bus and the dirt, and then you have no idea. And then you're just being friends with them. And then when you get eliminated, you go home and you watch all the videos and you see that person was never your friend. And it's hard to kind of establish a relationship with that person in the real world because to me or to that person, whoever, it's personal. But in the game, it's like, oh, it's just a game. We're just playing around. But to me, it's like, you can't talk bad about me and do all that stuff and then try to be my friend in the real world. So it's probably the hardest part about being in a Big Brother house.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people going on a reality show, their intentions are to do whatever they can to really win.
Which
Definitely.
is, which is definitely understandable. Like I can't fault them for that because going in the show, nobody knows each other, so nobody owes anybody any loyalty. But it still hurts at the end of the day, like when you grow a friendship with them, because it's like when you're in the house, you don't have your phone, you can't talk to your family, you don't have no TV, so you're only with them 24 hours a day for however many long days you stay. So you kind of form a relationship really fast, but like you said, you was right on point. When you're on a reality show, people do whatever they can for $1 million.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, what was your strategy going into the house, and did it ever change throughout the course of you being in the house?
Big Brother, the challenge.
Big Brother.
Big Brother. My strategy going into was not get into a showmance, so just be by myself.
Mhm.
Um, win the first few competitions, and try to set an alliance, and then go and then like try to lay low the following few weeks. And the first strategy failed because I met Bailey on the first day, so that went
Mhm.
out the window. And then the second strategy worked, but the issue was the competition I won wasn't the HOH. So I basically won it for nothing because the next competition was the HOH that Tyler won, and then we already know what happens from there. Like that very next week, I went home, so it changed like on its own. It wasn't from my according.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, what do you think was kind of your downfall when you were in the Big Brother house?
I was too naive. I really believe that the people who it's hard because it's like thinking back, it's real easy to kind of pinpoint, what was wrong in the house I didn't know. But I would say my downfall was just being too friendly and naive. Like I had, I thought whoever said to me, "Where I'm loyal to you, I'm on your team," that they really meant that. It never crossed my mind that they could be playing both sides and that they're here for, $500,000 just like I am. Like for me, when I told somebody I like you, I meant it. I wasn't lying. But I didn't, hold them to the standard of, oh, they could lie to me. I thought they were saying like the same thing I was saying. So
Yeah,
just
that's
naive.
a really interesting point because, like, I think that really mostly everyone else would just kind of act like your friend, act like someone to you, but then just behind your back, kind of totally trash you and do whatever they
Yeah,
can do to win, and use you to kind of
yeah,
accomplish that.
yeah. So that's why I said like with me, like my downfall was like not taking everything with a grain of salt and being like, okay, I hear you, but like, is it really truthful? I just took it like as as the truth as gospel. So.
Yeah. So you formed an alliance really early. Do you think
Mhm.
that's a good strategy for other people who actually like want to go into the Big Brother house and like future contestants?
Yeah, I just went about it the wrong way because, like I said, Tyler formed level six the very first day as well, and it got to the end. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with having an alliance on day one. You just got to be mindful on who you choose, and you got to make sure nobody is wavering because Caitlyn was in my alliance and she backdoored me. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to make sure you choose the right people, and level six chose the right people. We just didn't.
Yeah, so you mentioned backdoor right there. How was it like actually like because you had an alliance as we said earlier. You had one really it was like a really tight alliance. What was it like getting backdoored by actually people that you thought you really trusted?
Mhm.
So it was terrible because I remember this like it was yesterday. We were outside, and how it works is like while they're getting all the cameras and stuff set up in the house, we gotta wait outside until it's ready. So the minute they said we can come in there and we're ready, I'm looking at Fessy, I'm looking at Caitlin, Haley, like, all right, cool, let's rock, like let's do what we got to do. Let's put this person from level 600 block. Let's go with the plan. Next week, hopefully, me or Fessy or Bailey can win and then continue on. They can't beat us in competitions. And then when Caitlin gets up there and starts crying, saying, this person, did X, Y, and Z, and I'm crying, and I really love this person, I
Mm-hmm.
slowly started to think that it was going to be me. And then once it happened to me, it was like, I don't know, it was one of the worst feelings of my life for sure, because it's like I didn't expect it. And then when it happened, it was like you just felt the whole world crashing down on you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of when you wait outside for them to set up. Do you think that people act a lot more different when the cameras are off than they are on?
Um, Yeah, but it's different because Big Brother, the cameras are never really off unless we're setting up a competition. Then we get a quick 1 hour with the cameras off. We can finally breathe and realize anything we say won't be aired. So maybe people are not as tense, but like we're usually recorded 24/7 with that one exception of before a competition and after a competition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, when you're going into a competition, how would you handle the pressure of your team kind of counting on you to do well in competitions?
For me, it never, it didn't bother me at all ever because like I played sports my entire life, so it's like once you're good at a sport or just competition in general, it's easy. It's like if you or Burke, were like in like a Madden or a video game tournament, and like your whole family is counting on you to win that game for like $1 million. Like there's a chance you could lose, but I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna win. You know what I mean? Because I've been playing this, my whole life. So I was never worried that I'm gonna lose a competition or like the pressure, because it didn't bother me because I've been a competitor my whole life. It was just when I lost, they took it seriously, like, damn, we just lost. And me, I'm already thinking of next week. All right, we lost. It's cool. It is what it is. It happens. Focus on next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people kind of forget that that they really didn't have anything to lose when they kind of come in. You come in, you don't really give anything. You're just on the show, and you're
Hmm.
aiming to win. So I don't think that you really are in there, and you're not gonna. If you lose everything. It's kind of just aim of the game is to win the million. So I think
Exactly.
when people kind of forget that, they don't really think about it, and they just go, I would say, kind of crazy just to win.
That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's actually a good way to put it. What are
Mm-hmm.
you about to say, Bert?
So next question. Take me through walking through that door, not really knowing anyone, because you didn't really know Bailey walking in. So
Nah.
how did you like, how did you start, like, really? Because you didn't know any of these people. Like, how did you, like, start forming an alliance? Because you didn't know anyone, and how did you, like, know who's who, and how, not knowing what they can actually do, how did you, like, understand who would do this? Because you met Fessy early, he's a competition beast. Like,
Yeah.
he played football, he's
Hmm.
really good. So how did you, like, really, uh, form an alliance, really?
For me, it was like you gotta understand we're trapped in a hotel for about 10 to 14 days before the show starts. So with those 14 days trapped in a hotel before the show starts, I'm already planning my strategy, who I may talk to, not specific people, but like if I see a person with this character trait or this height or this strong, I'm gonna talk to this person. You know what I mean? I've already planned my strategy.
Yeah.
So the minute I walk in the house and I see Fessy, he's 6'5" and he's built, I'm like, oh, number one. I see Bailey, she resembles me, she's outgoing, she's loud. Cool. Number two. Haley kind of came with Fessy a little bit. Number three. So it was kind of easy to kind of make that alliance, but like I said, it wasn't hard that I didn't know them. Like I said, being in that hotel for 14 days, all I did was execute the plan that, I wrote down in my hotel room.
Also, were you, like, nervous because you're going into a way different environment? It's
Hmm.
so many cameras, everything. Like, take me through actually walking into the house.
Yeah, no, so I wasn't nervous at all walking into the house. I was ready because, like I said, even when I was, at your house, I've been waiting for that moment for about 2, 3 months at that point. Like, I was like, all right, let's just get it started, hurry up. So going into the house, I wasn't nervous. I started to get nervous when she said this is the first competition and it'll change the game forever. So I didn't know that. I really thought that if we lost the first competition, some vets will come in and newbies will get kicked off the show. So I was nervous at that point, but I was like, I just got to do whatever I can to win. But other than that, I wasn't,
Mhm.
I wasn't nervous walking to the house at all.
Yeah.
So during filming both The Challenge and Big Brother, what was your favorite part on set?
Big Brother, my favorite part on set is we're allowed to do whatever we want without physical people because there's like millions, not millions obviously, but like there's like millions of cameras around the house like installed in the walls. So we don't see anybody. We don't see any producers, so we can just act however we want and they'll catch it. The challenge, there's physical cameramen following you around. So you gotta, do a scene. If they miss a word that you said, you gotta re-say that word over again. So it's like I didn't like that on the challenge. My favorite part on the challenge was probably, I don't know, just chilling with Bailey because like I didn't really like being on the challenge that much. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't because of the challenge. It was because I like the people. The people there made it, really annoying for me. So I didn't really like it that much. But Big Brother, there's a lot of good things to say about Big Brother in terms of my favorite things. As far as the challenge, the people and the not the people, the producers and people who put on the show and the actual challenges were fun. The people who were on the show with me, like my castmates, gave me like them.
Mhm.
So you were talking about how there's a lot of cameras and stuff. Do you ever feel kind of uncomfortable and not safe when all these cameras are kind of pointed at you?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
definitely.
say not safe, but definitely uncomfortable, especially when you're trying to like have a close personal conversation with somebody about like, intimate things that happened in your past that you don't want to be broadcasted to 8 million viewers across the world. You just want that one person to hear it. And you got to be fearful of sharing like past pains or, breakups in relationships or like good times in your life, but you don't want nobody to know or secrets and you got to be mindful how you say it because they'll catch it, which is why a lot of times on Big Brother, people will take their microphone off, say the secret, and then Big Brother, like the microphone will be like, please put your microphone back on. And they'll put it on, but it's too late. We already told them at that point. But,
Mhm.
you know,
So I want to understand how you got into the show. Like, what was the process like? Like, what did you have to do to get on the show?
all I had to do was apply. That's what, like, like, a lot of people apply, so it may sound very simple, but like me, I just applied with my personality. I made a video and I made a dope edit to it. I sent it in, and people really fumble their chance when they get a call back from Big Brother and have a meeting in person. And people can't help being nervous, but like people are just really, really nervous in front of people in person. So you get a couple of interviews in semifinals, right? And you get a sit down interview with one person. And if you make it past that, you get flown out to LA to get sit down in front of like, 8 producers and you talk to all of them back to back to back to back to back. And then, you know, people get nervous. And with me, I was never nervous. I just let my personality show and then went from there.
So you have been on now two reality shows. So what was the difference from walking into Big Brother, which was your first one, and walking into your second reality show, The Challenge?
Walking into Big Brother is different because we didn't know anybody going in because everybody's always new every year. The challenge, they use the same people over and over again, except with like 3 or 4 new people. And I was one of the new people, but I knew the other 25 were the same people. Just, they may have not been on last season, but the season before that. So I knew all of them already. They just didn't know me. But the reality world is a small circle. So like, they may not physically know me, but they know I was on Big Brother, so they know I'm a public figure as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also different because we met all of them at the airport. You know what I mean? So it's not like
Yeah.
we walked in a house and just met them instantly. We met them at the airport.
hmm Uh,
Hmm.
so what, like, now that you have more experience on television because you already went on Big Brother, did
Hmm.
you did you feel better about going into the challenge games and like because you were more experienced?
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like walking to the challenge house. I had all the confidence in the world. I really just wanted to redeem myself off Big Brother, which I feel like I did. Like with Big Brother, I went out second. The challenge, I'm still in the show. We're 8 weeks in. You know what I mean? So my main goal was to, redeem myself on Big Brother, and I definitely feel like I did that. But I wasn't nervous at all. I was just ready to rock, ready to make sure like my name was respected in the reality world.
hmm
Yeah.
Also, I was wondering, like, do people, because I know a lot of figures when they're on television, they kind of like have different like they seem different. They have different personalities on and off camera. Like
Hmm.
was being on the challenge and Big Brother, were any of the participants could did they act different off camera, or was it?
A lot of them did. A lot of them act a certain way on camera because they're safe because of the camera. But whenever the cameras are off, they are not the same person. They're quieter. They don't say as much. Like a lot of people are different. Me, people can put a camera on me, camera off me on the same way, 24/7. Like a lot of people are a lot different though.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and I think to kind of wrap it up for our last question, so obviously being on a TV show is probably way harder and less simple than it is kind of when people are looking at it behind a screen.
Yeah,
What advice would you give to others who are planning on being on different reality shows as well?
like newcomers.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were
I
warm
was
up and to Big Brother, so like, can you share your experience almost, and then
yeah,
also give advice to?
yeah. So the advice I would give is like to not be afraid. Like obviously when you watch it on screen, it looks easy. It's not as easy as it seems. Like
yeah,
you got to take the challenge of Big Brother very seriously. But like when you get there, you can definitely handle it. Like I wouldn't advise anybody not to do it if they have an interest in it. Definitely, go for it. It's a once in a lifetime chance for Big Brother because you really only go on it one time, whereas the challenge is over and over again. But the advice is it's not as easy as it looks on screen, but you can do it in person. You just got to make sure you're prepared for it. Make sure your mental toughness is there because that's the biggest thing. You don't got to be the strongest person or the fastest person. As long as you're mentally tough and like you don't let certain things get to you, you're smart. You take what people say with a grain of salt, and you don't really pay attention to their like promises to you, and you focus on yourself. Trust yourself. You'll be fine on whatever show, whether you win or lose. You can go back home knowing that I played the best game that I played. I trusted myself. I was smart. It just didn't pan out, or it did pan out, and now I got a whole bunch of money. So that's the advice I would give to people: is that don't be afraid to do it because you think it may be a bad thing or you think it's too hard. It's not too hard. You definitely could do it. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Also, there's like one last bit. Was it fun? Like that's something that like a lot of people understand. Like, was it
Yeah.
actually fun? Because some people do it for the money, but like, was it
True.
actually fun being on?
Yeah, Big Brother was fun to me because it was a show I watched since I was 8 years old, so I loved it as a child. The challenge wasn't fun to me as much because I never watched it. I just got called to say you wouldn't be on the show, the challenge, so I had to watch some seasons to kind of catch up with only a few weeks notice. Um, the challenges that we did were fun, but the overall experience of me on the challenge wasn't fun. And it's not because of the producers of the network. It was because the people didn't make it fun. Like the people there are really, really trashy, terrible people. And not all of them, but there's like 7 of them who ruin it for the whole 30. And it kind of dims like
yeah,
my experience as opposed to me looking at it as a whole. Like, oh, the challenge was fun. Nah, like these people made my life hell every single week.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
But
So I think that'll wrap it up here. Once again, thank you so much, Swaggy, for coming on.
Oh, man, no problem. Anytime, literally, anytime you guys want to talk, just holler at me. I'm here.
all right,
All
sounds
right.
good. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Stay tuned for the next videos. Thank you guys so much for the support. We couldn't have Swaggy on without your support. And thank you.